Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again with another rival fan podcast. The boys are back. Ahmed, Daniel, and Kish. How are we doing?
Yeah,
Doing
very,
great,
very
bro.
good, very good. Yourself?
Very good.
I'm good, man. As you can see, obviously, I'm in a bit more of a better mood than last week. Daniel, seems a bit somber at the moment. Obviously, we'll touch upon his team. It is what it is. But yeah, as always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel as we are live currently. Sitting at 2 subs or 3 subs off 800. So it's completely free. We appreciate the support. As always, show love to the boys. Their links will be in the description. But yeah, let's get straight into it because the Arsenal against Liverpool lineup has just come out. So should we just start with that first? Get it out of the way because
Yeah.
it's two small teams in it. Do you know what I mean? It's just good to have a chat
Oh wow!
Oh, I'm
Already
gonna get
started
hate,
it.
bro. I'm gonna get hate. No, but listen, no, banter aside in it because obviously the mighty Arsenal beat Fulham that are losing 3-1 to Aston Villa currently. So clearly Arsenal might be the best thing to start spread. But listen,
We are though, aren't we? We are.
yeah, listen, we'll touch upon it. So we're going to start with the Arsenal v Liverpool preview because, of course, that's the most prevalent thing also of it, as it currently stands. Kickoff is actually at 8 o'clock, so we'll try and wrap this up before. Anyways, I'm waffling. Liverpool team, Alisson, Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Keita, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and obviously the front three, Salah, Firmino, Mane. No Thiago. Let me check if he's on the bench. He is
No,
not
he's
on
not.
the bench, so he's injured.
He's
Obviously.
not.
No,
Okay.
he's not. Okay, Arsenal team: Leno, Holding, Louise, Tyranny, Bellerin, the best Egyptian on the pitch, and Nene, Xhaka, Maitland. I was had to get that there. William, Laka, and Bamiyang. Right, Ahmed, we'll come to you first, obviously, as a resident Arsenal fan, mate. Obviously,
Right.
after hearing the lineups, what are your thoughts, bro? How are you feeling coming to this game?
Of course, I was expecting Tierney to come back on the team, but I wasn't expecting him to play with Maitland-Niles and then Gabriel not play because obviously I wanted to see Gabriel to play with David Luiz in the defense. That would have been
Yeah.
like a real test for him. But I can,
Gabriel's not in the squad. I'm assuming he's injured.
yeah,
No,
He's
he's
on the
on the
bench,
bench.
on the bench,
He's on the
on the
bench.
bench.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Santos.
Is Saliba injured? Saliba? Is he out?
I don't think he was ever injured. It's just I think it just needs to like ease into the team. So
Weird,
I
that,
don't
isn't
know
it?
what's yeah. But he's still young. He's a lot younger than he's like 19, isn't he? So we can
Yeah,
give him a bit of
but
time.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got the talent. It's just a talent that we're looking at right now. So
Who's
I rate him. I rate Saliba highly, to be honest.
Who's
lad,
Who's Runnison?
Runnison.
Yeah, who's that?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Seriously, probably a lot of youth in it. It's probably a youth I don't know yet. Yeah.
I'm not
Yo, he thought, do you know what? I ain't even got enough numbers for the bench. Yo, you doing it? Yeah, go. I'll put you in. Honestly, that's a banging name. That's a banging name.
It must be a goalkeeper, isn't it? Because obviously there's no other goalkeeper on the bench.
Oh, you know what? We did sign someone. I think we did sign a keeper like that.
Oh, it could be him. Yeah, it could be that goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Right,
You caught me off guard there.
I've interrupted you, bro. Yeah, anyways, go back to what you're gonna say. So what are you thinking, Willian? Obviously starting.
Willian,
obviously Daniel will have his comments on Willian for sure.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that sort of selection?
Well, obviously, the front three, I kind of expected that because, Willian, first of all, he always plays well against Liverpool. Let's just get that out of the way. So I want him to kind of perform the way he does for Chelsea against Liverpool for this game. And he is probably like higher in confidence and more experience and better form than Pepe. Obviously, I don't mind Pepe coming in as a little bench boy, super sub. So, but Aubameyang, yeah, just for now, because obviously I rate him. I highly rate him, but I don't want to I give him too much expectation. This season, I do expect a lot from him, but I don't mind him like competing with Willian for now. So when he does start the game, then I can actually expect him to be more sharp because obviously we need him to start getting goals in or get more assists in, and he starts to do that in the later part of the season. But that being said, obviously the main man's going to be Aubameyang, and Lacazette is on fire right now. So I'm looking forward to it. But the midfield is it's gonna be a tough game.
It must be a 5-3-2 in it or whatever it is. Where we not play 3-4-3.
Yeah, we play hybrid, bro. It's a hybrid. Depends on the situation.
Oh, hybrids! Love that. Now, to be fair, I was impressed. Who did you play against recently? Obviously, not the Fulham game. The game after, I can't remember who it was.
Leicester.
West Ham.
West Ham in the Prem, and it was Leicester in a Carabao Cup, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I meant the West Ham game. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, so West Ham game, the second half. the second half, you were committing a lot of body fouls, which I really enjoyed watching because you had like 4 or 5 people in the box at every given time when you were going for. So that was obviously an interesting thing. Kish, we'll come to you before we come to Daniel. What are your thoughts regarding the Liverpool, Arsenal team lineups and in general the game itself?
Yeah, I'm just checking the lineup right now.
Well, Liverpool.
What's the laugh at that?
Dude.
Bro, did you see the lineup for the Community Shield? Did you see the lineup for the Community Shield? That's why they sent.
What's so
funny? Wait. Let me just summarize it. So you got David Luiz, who turns up once in about 20 games. So you better pray. Holding, who's apparently they're trying to sell to Newcastle for loans. Xhaka and El Neni, my guy has literally been out. He's been frozen for about 10 years. Yeah. Where's the creativity? There's no who's you can have El Neni trying to ping 40-yard bangers thinking he's Pogba. And then front three, I allow you. The front three is there, it's class. But who is going to supply? Who's going to supply from? You can't tell me Xhaka or Neni is going to be like coming out with these messy type passes. There's no creativity.
One question for you, bro. Did you see the Community Shield game? Did you see the Community Shield game?
Yeah, but come on. Yeah, but this is
Do you see the lineup? No, did you see the lineup then?
Like a pre-season friendly. Come on, man. This is Liverpool's team that won 2 games in a row.
All right.
Audi Cup, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Isn't it? It's like Audi Cup. It's like
chill out, man. You're gonna see that one. Listen.
I got the plaque for that. Audi Cup is a big trophy. You can't even lie.
Oh God.
Listen, since Ozil.
One second, Daniel. Let's bring you in here regarding creativity, because obviously you must have got creativity in abundance in your team, innit, in terms of players, personnel. We'll come back to you, Dory, Ahmed. Daniel, what your thoughts? Obviously, Keisha is a Spurs fan, and we've got to bear that in mind, innit? So
I know. I was going to call him out.
You guys are rival fans, aren't you? Daniel, what?
Yo, you better come back here.
Nah, in terms of the game, do you know what? I get what Keisha's saying in terms of the creativity. However, what I would say is that Arteta seemed to He's worked on his team in a way where they can build, and they know how to build from the back very well now. And that's the science he's given me with the team. So I don't think I wouldn't say necessarily I'm worried. I still won't ever bet against Liverpool. I still think it will be a convincing win for them. However, like, I'm going into this game watching it in a different light now, because I mean no one can like take anything away from Arsenal if we're being honest. Like, they look better, they look more solid, they look more well-rounded, more balanced. And to be honest, El Neni surprised me. Obviously pre-season he's come in and he's been looking solid, and Arteta seems to trust him. For El Neni to start this game, because he didn't start the West Ham game. Moose, did he start the Leicester game? Because I didn't watch that game. Did he start?
I missed the game as well, watching the highlights. I don't really remember, but I think it did, to be fair.
So
I need to get. You can fact check me on that one. I'm not even sure, to be fair.
I'll get it over you in a second.
Yeah.
So he didn't start. Yeah, he just started. So he didn't even start the last Premier League game. So for El Neni to be trusted in such a big game, I think it shows a massive show of confidence. He didn't start against West Ham. He didn't. No, but the first game against Fulham, he did. Yeah.
The mighty Fulham.
And exactly. That's when we played more convincing against Fulham.
Watch Man United lose to Fulham. Watch Fulham, you're gonna kill me. Watch.
But yeah, no, definitely. Like, fam, at the end of the day, I'm just not nervous because I don't really care who wins. But at the end of the day, I expect Liverpool to win, but I won't be surprised if Arsenal win. If you get what I'm saying, I actually won't be surprised.
Right, interesting. Okay, right, I'm gonna pass it back to you, and then we'll do our score predictions. So I don't want to dwell on it too much. Regarding the creativity point, obviously I got to give you opportunity to defend your team, innit, Johnson. I can't do your
Thank you, bro.
Man over like that. Yeah, go on. Say what you guys say about that, and then obviously we'll chuck in score prediction.
All right. First of all, my camera's a bit messed up. Let me keep. Yeah, it's annoying me. Let me just sort this out. One second.
Okay, whilst he's sorting that out. You sorry, that was quick. I was about to say, I was going to chat shit about Leicester. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Ahmed, go on. What you said?
Right. So I remember, obviously when I first came here, I already addressed that we don't have the most creative team. We've become more defensively solid because we've always been like that attacking team.
Sorry to interrupt you. El Neni did start against Leicester. I've got you.
Yeah.
You did start.
Okay, there. So yeah, I already knew that like, going into the season that we didn't have that creativity. For me, the big thing that I wanted to address was our defensive errors, and we kind of strengthened that. Even though we're not using Gabriel in that defense, but we know we're lacking creativity in the middle of the park. That's not that was exposed against West Ham, and obviously that's why I'm not against Ozil coming in even on the bench. But match fitness, I don't know what the politics is. So that being said, we all want a while to come, but we have to make do with what we have. And right now, I would say that Willian is that creative little spark, and we use our fullbacks. And Tierney, he loves to bomb forward, even though you've seen him as a left centre back. You're going to see him play more as a left back, overlapping Aubameyang. We've got Bellerin on the right back, and obviously we've got Willian that will play a bit more central, or even on the right side, will whip them little balls through. So I don't mind that creativity as long as we've got that defensive shape, especially against Liverpool. We're not going to have the ball; they're going to have the possession, so we're going to try to hit them on the counter. And we've got disgusting pace forwards, and obviously around the side. So, don't write us off just because we're not the most creative team. I don't mind that anymore.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, you've kind of set up to rely on the wing backs for creativity, basically, and they're not determined.
Yeah.
I suppose you wouldn't say Liverpool are the most creative team down the middle, not to compare you to Liverpool, but in a sense, it is kind of similar. Their midfielders are known for creativity. They get a lot of their creativity from the width. And to be fair, your wing backs, have done really well so far. Bellerin was fantastic against Leicester. Obviously, Arsenal fans are getting gas because he did that one run to set up NK. Yeah, but look, I got to give credit where it's due. It was a sick run. And obviously, for me, I'm a massive fan of Tierney as well. So, you've got to put respect on some of the players' names. But we're just going to brush over it. Score predictions, boys. I think we did it last week, but I completely forgot what I said. I'm just going to assume I had Liverpool down to win, but I think it's going to be tight. I'm going to say 2-1 Liverpool. Kish, what do you reckon?
3-1 Liverpool.
All right. Daniel, what are you saying?
Yeah, 3-1 as well, Liverpool.
And yourself, Ahmed?
2-2. Or last minute penalty like Man United, 3-2. No, real talk though. I think it'll be a 2-2.
After the game's finished, yeah?
Yeah, we need to call your agent, bro. We need that 12 man as well.
Need to score the pen, yeah? Need to score the pen, yeah?
No, it'll be Aubameyang. Always Aubameyang. Don't worry.
I've got to be honest with you. This is like the worst case game for me, right? And the reason being is because I hate Liverpool, right? So I don't want them to win, obviously. But then I hate Arsenal fans as well. It's like, if you
hate me now. You hate me.
No, you win it, but like most Arsenal fans on social media. If you guys win this game, the amount of shit that your fans are going to talk is unbearable. If you draw this game, the amount of shit your fans will talk is unbearable. If you lose 2-1, the amount of shit you talk is unbearable. If you lose 3-1, you pull it back to 3-1. Yo, we showed great times under Emre Wenger with a loss of 4-5-0. So at least we pull it back to 3-1. So either way, it's a lose-lose for me. I fucking hate Liverpool, so I don't even know what I want to happen. But hopefully, I don't know. Actually, I'm actually lost for words. I can't even fucking celebrate either team really. But anyways, let's move on to a team that I can celebrate. Manchester City fucking 2, Leicester 5. As the title says, Jamie Vardy is having a fucking party. You love to see it. Kish, obviously we spoke about this quite a lot yesterday, in particular about the defense. 400 million now. I think they've just bought, obviously they bought Diaz as well. It's quite evident the need another centre back. Daniel, we come to you first and foremost, bro. As a team that clearly needs another centre back, with Thiago getting absolutely dusted as well. Sorry, I'm just on smoke because my team's finally won the game. Bro, what are your thoughts on the Man City performance and, of course, the defence being an absolute embarrassment?
I know a Man City fan, and we spoke in detail, and I said that at the end of the day.
You're a Man City fan.
Yeah, I actually do. Former Arsenal fan, funny enough.
Oh shit! Yo, let me know if he wants to go on the podcast because that would be gold out.
Yeah, it is. I would. I'll bring him on. But basically, I said to him, like, as much as I'm not a part of the Fraudiola kind of debate, because at the end of the day, Pep's the only manager I think in the history of football who from day one, his expectation has been treble or bust. Do you get what I'm saying? So his expectations have been like through the roof. However, what I can say is about his job at Man City, and one thing, apart of course, the titles he's won have been excellent, but you can't tell me any defender he's definitively improved. Maybe Kyle Walker, to an extent, has become a better-ish defender, but even at times he still shows a lapse in concentration. But then you look at Benjamin Mendy, you look at John Stones, the guy who was supposed to be the guy to lead that defense and possibly be Man City captain in the future. I think Ederson has regressed as a keeper as well. I think Moose just left. But
he must have disconnected.
But yeah, Ederson's has regressed as a keeper since his first year. So the thing about Pep is that as great as his attacking philosophy is, I think he's neglected the defensive side of things, and what he normally does isn't working right now. And relying on this possession, and I've said it, Man City have just become a possession-based team now with no purpose, aimless possession. And even Kevin De Bruyne, if you can call it outlandish, but in my opinion, when they're losing, like he looks like a passenger in the side, in my opinion. He doesn't do enough for me as the best player, as the so-called best player in the Premier League, to assert his authority and dominance on games. Like, how many times have you seen Man City struggle and Kevin De Bruyne is the reason why they come out of that situation? It's more front running. He's not like a Hazard or a Cristiano Ronaldo or a Suarez. Best players in the Premier League gone by who can get you out of trouble, and that's basically my assessment of it. Call it harsh as you may. De Bruyne is still the best. Yeah, that's fair enough. De Bruyne is still the best player in the league. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is, I just don't think. I think he's a front runner, and that's just my assessment of him as a player. But that comes down to Pep's system and the philosophy that he's playing. He's neglected the defensive side and the defensive duties as a coach. And that is reaping its effects. 5 goals against Leicester. And that Leicester team was depleted. Maddison came in at half-time. No Ndidi. Amate starting his first game under Brendan Rodgers, his first start in 2 years. You have no Pereira. They lost Chilwell. They had to go to a 5 at the back. That's poor, in my opinion. Very, very poor. And I don't even care if they didn't have a striker in Aguero. They knew they didn't have a striker coming into this game. So tell me what the plan was. You're telling me it was just possession again. They know what they're going to do going forward. So why wasn't the defensive unit worked on cohesively? And then final point is, when you look at guys like Rodri, in my opinion, not overrated, but the Premier League does a disservice to guys like Rodri and Jorginho. The game is just too quick for them, and they don't have enough time like they would in Spain or in Italy to dictate the midfield and boss it around. Fam, you have guys all around the league who have a point to prove and will literally cut it into you. And Rodri was brought in to replace Fernandinho, and I think they've taken steps back in the transfer market. They've not gone out and definitively bought the right players, and it's reaping effects right now in the team.
No, I've got to be honest. I agree with practically everything you said, apart from the De Bruyne thing. I think everything else is completely on the money. And my sort of question, obviously, to play devil's advocate is, why can't you get the best out of the defense? Like, granted, going forward, as you've already alluded to, they're fantastic. One of the best teams I've seen in a long time in terms of their footballing philosophy, and exciting to watch, so to speak, in the manner in which they play football. But defensively, you can't spend 450 million. And as I had one of the lads that I know in the WhatsApp group saying, well, not all of those players are on the pitch at the same time. Yeah, granted, but every time he buys a defender like John Stones, Otamendi, I think he bought Mangala as well, I'm not sure if he did off the top of my head, but he's bought so many centre-backs, and they just seem to flop constantly, right? Or it's either the recruitment is poor, or he's unable to coach centre-backs. Obviously, we know he's a very good offensive coach, but defensively, it just seems all his solution is money. He never seems to be able to solve it.
My point, and that's my point, literally. And what it comes down to is that at the end of the day, Pep has been put in a privileged position as a manager to manage Man City, where
he hasn't got that checkbook. Look at Poch, for example. Without me, obviously, gassing Kish too much. But look at Poch, for example. If he was in the situation I suppose it's a bit of a shit example because he had two of the better centre backs in the league at the time, Vertonghen and Alderweireld.
No, but he bought them. He bought them. He coached them, and he coached them into better defenders.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of players that Poch had that weren't nowhere near as good as when he first got them. I'm on about the defensive players, yeah.
Yeah, and he improved them.
Obviously, Pep's improved the attacking players. I don't think anyone can deny that. But defensive players,
his tactics need to change. He needs to change his philosophy slightly, because I think Michael Richards kind of summarised it in a really good way yesterday. I don't know if you watched his piece. As soon as Fernandinho came off in that game, the game changed completely, because they no longer had anyone with any defensive mind to stay back and hold the defence. And Rodri, although his passing percentages are great, anyone can pass the ball 5-10 yards, and none of his passes were forward.
Have you seen my United play? I don't think anyone can.
But this is what I mean. They're not. So you could sometimes passing percentages can be hidden because you could have the best passing percentage, but all those passes might be 5-10 yard passes, and you will never have a forward thinking pass. So Rodri plays it nice and simple, but there's not really anything else, in my opinion, that he does. And I think the stat about Diaz is the perfect example. Diaz's conversion rate for passes, forward passes, kind of, dribbling is in the top 3 for everything in that league. But if you look at his tackle success and everything defensive related, he's around 8th to 10th. Now, and I think that's where his tactics need to change, where instead of looking at passing completion, he needs to look at the quality of the actual defender. And I think that's where his tactics needs to change. Yes, it's fantastic, a defender being able to pass from the back. It's great. But your bread and butter as a defender is to stop the opposition from scoring. That is literally as simple as that. And he seems to spend an average of 50 to 60 million on these players. Cancelo, 50 million. Mendy, 50 million. Otamendi, he signed for 40 million and now he's getting sold. It seems like the only defensive defender that they had was Company. And as soon as he left, he has not replaced him.
I think Laporte is definitely good. I've got to say Laporte is definitely good.
Yeah, Laporte, don't get me wrong, he's a good defender. But if you look at it in general, he has not replaced Company at all.
What it comes down to is what he hasn't replaced is the spine of the team.
Yeah, he hasn't.
When the spine isn't there, so Aguero wasn't there. You took off Fernandinho. You didn't have your best centre back, and even then, I think Laporte, as great a defender he is, I still think he needs a leader, more of a voice. Like Laporte is that not a second centre back, but the centre back who's cute. He does everything.
You could even go as far back as someone like Toure. Toure was
spine. Yeah, exactly. That spine of the team, and every club needs a spine. You need those 3 or 4 players that run through the middle of the team that you can rely upon. And
I agree.
That's where my problem is with Pep in terms of the defenders that he's had and how he's not been able to coach them and become better.
But do you not think that that's a bit worrying though? That it's a bit like, in another way, it's a bit like how Wenger was at Arsenal, where he wasn't able to adapt and change. It was all free flowing football.
Wait a second.
Would you not say that in terms of adapting, Pep is so stubborn in his ways, and it's either plan A or no other way? Do you not think that there's a factor of that in there at all?
It's a double-edged sword though, because you have to remember when he first came in, they finished 4th. Everyone got onto him saying his philosophy wouldn't work in the league. He amended it, signed the right players, and then won 2 leagues on the bounce. However, my problem with Pep in terms of his philosophy is that when questions are asked, instead of tweaking the philosophy, he stays stubborn. So the questions are being asked now. This is the first time we've seen a good Man City team be questioned. So the first team he inherited, fair enough, cool. Finished 4th. It was a kind of a deadish squad. He didn't have time building his philosophy. Now you win 2 leagues on the spin. You got the year now Liverpool obviously won the league. Everyone was saying, it's hard to maintain 3 years in a row. Cool, we'll give you that. Now you're back now, new season, and you concede 5 for the first time in your career. Questions need to be asked. If we're questioning Oli Lampard, not putting him in the same category as them, but the spotlight is on him as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Especially when expectations are high.
Let me ask you this question, Ahmed, because I suppose this kind of applies to more than one team here, but it's quite evident that the defensive side of the game has flipping completely disintegrated. Especially so far, anyways. In particular, you can look at across the board in so many different leagues. We always say, Ronaldo, Messi start padding in these leagues. They don't know how to defend, etc. Especially in Spanish league. I suppose the Italian league is kind of good at defending, but Spanish league in particular, we always say, Ronaldo, Messi haven't got these stats because the man's can't defend. Basically, we're seeing the same thing in the Premier League at the moment. There's been only a couple of clean sheets, and it's not by teams that you'd expect. I think Liverpool got one recently, but prior to that, there's been literally hardly any clean sheets. A lot of goals being leaked by every single team in the league, not just 1 or 2. Just coming back to the Pep sort of thing, he's another person that just completely neglects it. Like, what are your thoughts on Pep in general and his defense, and just in general with that defense? It just seems like at the moment there's not many good defensive coaches out there, really.
Yeah, that's a fair point you're saying, Joe. But wait, is my voice lagging?
No.
It's fine.
All right, wicked. Yeah, so first thing, yeah, there's another person that left the team that we haven't really mentioned. That's,
Here we
a
go.
big miss. Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
Arteta's, mate. Arteta's. So obviously, Arteta going is a big miss. Yeah, are you guys you're not going to acknowledge that? No? Okay. So also, we've got one more week left in the transfer market. So I generally think that this team's going to be after Koulibaly. And I think that's like the main guy
No,
they're
they're
after.
not. They're not. They're not.
Nah, not anymore.
Is that definitely not? Is that definitely going to happen?
Yeah, it's
They
definitely off
shafted
now.
them, didn't they? For
Yeah.
what's his name, the Chelsea midfielder. So they don't want to. They don't want to talk
Jorginho.
directly. Yeah, they don't want to
Jorginho,
talk directly. So,
And it got fully locked off
It's
anyway
not happening
because
anyways.
of
They've just
because
signed
of the Ruben
Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah,
Because of the
exactly.
Diaz deal.
70+ million for a 29-year-old is just it's
too extortionate,
stupid.
man.
It's stupid.
It's too extortionate.
Now I'm just thinking that because obviously Socrates was going to go to Napoli, and I rate Socrates, but going back to what you're saying earlier, I like Socrates. He's a very defensive guy. He's that no nonsense football, just straight up tackle. He'll do the slide, he'll do everything. But obviously, he's not the best passing out from the back, and that's where he's a bit suspect. But yeah, because obviously he was going to go. Yeah, so because he was going to go.
Technical issues today. Yeah, sorry, go. We can hear you. We can hear you. He's just in the migrant stand. Right, okay. Right. 1 second. I'll just on the point that Keisha made, right, regarding Ruben Diaz's stats. He's not is that what would you say 8th to 10th best in terms of attacking statistics, or bringing the ball out from back. That's the opposite of what they need. They need someone.
Yeah, exactly.
They need someone that's going to be a bastard and be able to fucking take a man out and take the ball with it. Like, they haven't got that. Like you mentioned, Company was the last person that had that was gonna get in your face and be aggressive. They don't have enough aggressive players in their team for me. I think that's.
But then I think this is my problem now, because I think this goes down to grassroots football and the way coaches are teaching kids now. You don't get if a defender now, a young kid, wants to kick it at Rosette, he'll probably get shouting or something from the coach because you've got to pass from the back. Gone are the days of people like Hummels, Chiellini, Bonucci, Vidic, Jamie Carragher, these sort of defenders who kick it out for Rosette and literally defend that goal like it's like it is literally there to be against. And I think the only defender now who is of that ilk, it is a Koulibaly, but he's 29. He's going to be 30 soon. I can't think of, apart from Van Dijk and him. Name me 5 defenders of that ilk who are a good age where you could seriously say it's worth putting in that money. You just don't see it anymore.
Phil Jones is up there.
Oh yeah, Phil Jones definitely. Chris Smalling as well, in it. But you don't see them sort of defenders anymore. So then it is a bit sad to see, because I think it's gone of the days that these sort of defenders are now about. I can't think of many. Can any of you guys think of any at all? Defenders?
There's not a lot. There's not a lot. You got like Van Dijk, Ramos.
But Ramos is still an attacking defender, isn't he? Ramos does go to the attacking.
Nah, but Ramos is a top-class defender.
No, he is a top-class defender, but I'm also saying he does both parts of the game.
Yeah.
I can't think of many to be off the top of my head. I'll have to. I suppose Skriniar, which is who you're linked with, isn't it? Really, I guess.
Yeah.
He'll be a good defender for you guys. But listen, let's move on to Chelsea. Because obviously Man City haven't got any fans, so we don't need to touch on them too much. I'm not even giving any credit to Leicester, by the way. Fair play to Leicester. Well done, lads. Well done.
Rodgers, by the way, amazing. You've got to give Rodgers credit.
That Vardy goal, by the second one, was beautiful. Giroud.
How did he get the chip on the board?
That was absolute day. But listen, we've still got to talk about 3 teams. Obviously, Chelsea, Man U, and Spurs. So let's keep it moving. Let's go to Chelsea. 3-0 down after 28 minutes. I was tweeting you, Daniel. I tweeted you actually. Get Hudson and Doyle on. Man came on and scored, so I think I need to be in charge. I don't know what's going on. But banter aside, Kish, we'll start with you. Got to start with the rival fan first. What were your thoughts on the performance? And obviously, just Lampard just seems like he's trying to outdo Oli at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on.
This is a team that are favourites to get relegated. They have been terrible so far. I know it's only early days. They bought Robinson, who Sheffield United openly wanted to sell because he wasn't.
He could not score.
And you literally made your defense made Robinson look like Suarez up front. Like literally, I said this to a Chelsea fan recently. Don't get me wrong, Thiago Silva is a quality defender. For me, I've always rated him. But at 36, is that really? is that really a title-winning defense? You know, you've got Alonso, who attacking-wise for me is decent, defensively has never had it. You know, you've got Zuma. Come on, let's not carry on. Christensen can't defend. Thiago Silva, 36. It's a tough league to start at that age. Not going to happen. Azpilicueta, yep, he's a good defender. But the defender that's been linked to move, Rudiger, who by far for me is your best centre half by an absolute mile, in my opinion. How is he the one that's been linked to all these big clubs and will probably be sold? I don't understand the way in which I feel like Lampard's inexperience is kind of showing at the moment. And I feel like a lot of the players have just been bought for the sake of it. Don't get me wrong, and I mentioned this yesterday, Havertz for me is a quality player. And I think in the next couple of years, he will be one of the best, one of the best footballers in the world. But did you really need him? Did you really need to spend that money for him? It just feels as if he was available. You didn't want anyone else to get him, so you just decided it's fine. We'll just buy him. There doesn't seem to be a direct plan, and you can't tell me that you shouldn't have focused more on your defense when you've been conceding goals for quite a few seasons now.
Daniel, we'll pass that to you because I agree with some points that you made in terms of your defense still needs. I still think you need a centre back. I've got to add, by the way, I thought Zuma was fantastic against Liverpool. I know you lost that game, but I thought he had a very commanding game, and I don't think Liverpool had that many chances. I think that scoreline's a bit of a myth. If Christensen don't get sent off, it was a tight game for me personally. That's just me. But Daniel, what are your thoughts on obviously him saying that basically defense is shit? I'm sorry, sure.
No, look. The thing is, when rival fans talk about Chelsea, I totally understand where they're coming from and how it would look on the outside. However, there's a lot of intangibles that you have to remember. So a perfect example is to try and address some of the points that you made. Everyone's talking about how we need to invest in our defense and buy better defenders, but I always ask this to fans and even fans of our club. Tell me the defenders we should have gone out to buy.
I think you could have tried to look. You put Kishan's said that about Havertz. You put 100 million down for Havertz, for example. I don't see why you couldn't have put 50 to 60 down for Upamecano.
Yeah,
and I think there's
clause. They'll have to sell him.
This is what I'm saying though. Everyone's saying that we should put money into someone like Upamecano, but at the end of the day, Upamecano is also coming into an inexperienced defense again. That's the point that I try to explain to people.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, I hear what you're saying, but what in my head, what I'm thinking now is you're quite clearly trying to get Declan Rice. I think we both know that. We've spoken about that a lot.
As a DM, not a centre back.
No. Hear my point first.
The
point being is you've clearly got money still to spend if you're trying to get Declan Rice. Why do you need to get Declan Rice, right, when you can get Upamecano for cheaper? And he would they're gonna have to sell him. His release clause is 45 million next year, and there's gonna be at least 5-6 teams after him. Bayern's gonna be after him.
I think
Barca's gonna be after him. Madrid will probably be after him. Ramos getting on. He's getting sold next year. You guys have got money. Forget Declan Rice. Put that 17 million down for Upamecano. Imagine Thiago Silva next to Upamecano. Then you're talking title contention there for me personally.
I mean, it's easy. It's easier said than done. I think there's definitely a reason why. Because it's the same goes for United. Why haven't United dropped the money for?
We haven't got money. It's quite heavy.
No, there's clearly money. United definitely have money.
We're fighting over 3 million for Tellers. We're fighting over 3 million for Tellers. Our board are tight.
United show interest in dip.
We've got money. Don't get me wrong. You're right, but the board are tight.
Yeah, money. Yeah.
Board, and West Ham's board, we fucking pinching over £2.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally over Bruno last summer.
Yeah, if you're in talks for £120 million move for Sancho, yeah, fair enough. You're not trying to pay all the P's, but you have money there. Like Alex Tellers, I don't know.
I'm on about Tellers. What are we doing with Tellers?
I don't understand. 20.
We said they want 20 million euros. We said 18 million. Can we pay extra 2 million euros?
No, 100%. So, but in terms of Chelsea, look, everyone's saying it's better centre back. But at the end of the day, half of that side or half of that defense that we have right now have already won the league. So my thing is, it's not down to the defense. It's down to the coach, the coaching system, the management. Put them in a defensive system where everything makes more sense. These are not a bad group of defenders. They need to be coached. They need to be put into a system where they're not open. Like, it looks so open. Anyone could literally walk through our defense. And that comes down to not having a solid defensive midfielder in place, because everyone always misconstrues Kante's position. Kante is not a defensive midfielder. He's a ball-winning midfielder, but with that box-to-box element to him, he does need someone who can sit. So my thing is, yes, signing another centre-back won't improve our defense necessarily. It comes down to coaching. These defenders need to be coached. He needs to stop what I described in my tweet. I said it today: inconsistent selections, but consistently selecting the wrong players. And that's what it comes down to. I've said it every week. Like, he's changing the lineup every single week, but then picking picking the same bad players. He's rewarded Christensen. Obviously, after getting sent off, you have Fikayo Tomori, who I personally believe has the potential to be the best centre-back at the club in terms of all the young talent.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about Zuma not being that great, yes, you say that. But when we went on our 12-game unbeaten run last season, it was Fikayo Tomori and Zuma who were the centre-back partners.
Tomori was sensational last season.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
fancy football as well at the time.
So, like, everyone's very quick to forget that it was Tomori and Zuma who were part of the best defense last year. And then obviously injuries to Tomori affected the defensive partnership again, and tinkering with the formation affected it as well. Injuries as well. People are forgetting, like I said again, currently with the West Brom win, just to get it out of the way, like, it's inexcusable. Like I said, we would have been having a different conversation if we obviously...
West Brom win, sorry. What win? Draw.
West Brom draw, sorry, is inexcusable, and we would have been having a different conversation if West Brom would have obviously won the game. But at the same time, questions need to be asked, and that's what I've said throughout this week. Like, now I'm asking the questions of Lampard, because despite you not having all your players, you can't tell me we're drawing, not even drawing, conceding 3 to West Brom.
You were lucky to get a draw in the end. It was literally last minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then
on Rudiger though. What is your actual opinion?
Rudiger's not the best centre back at the club. If you remember last season as well, he was the most he had the most errors leading to goals in our side, and that was a problem. You're saying Rudiger's supposed to be this great centre back, but there wasn't one game in which he was the best centre back, and that's the point. I'm not saying Rudiger's a bad defender. However, he had a very, very bad season, and even after coming out in an interview and saying, "Oh, I've had a bad season, and I'm looking to make sure that this doesn't happen again," the next game after that interview was the West Ham game, away at West Ham last season, and then he goes and make mistakes in that game, or 2 mistakes in that game. So it's a problem. And again, Alonso starting that game as well. Like, nothing we didn't know already of Alonso. So it's consistently selecting players who have let you down when you have players who can come in and do the job. Aspilicueta, I don't like him at left back, but he's a better option to Alonso. You clearly don't trust Emerson in the big games. Play Aspilicueta.
Right, listen, let's bring Ahmed in here, because I want to ask you an important question. Obviously, do you think Arsenal now currently the best club in London, Ahmed? What do you reckon after that result?
I already said that London was red over the summer, so that's all right. Yeah, obviously.
God, no, but Joe, banter aside, obviously, as an Arsenal fan, what were your thoughts of the Spurs getting robbed last second as well? What were your thoughts watching that Chelsea game?
Honestly, first of all, the Chelsea game, I was laughing when I saw West Brom. Like, first of all, when it's 1-0 up, that was enough. Like, that's enough banter for me. But when it was 3-0 up, I was like, nah, man. But you know what? They had great character to come back. So I can't really slate them. And obviously, Thiago Silva, that defensive error that was just horrendous.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, everyone said it was bad, and definitely. But to chime in, though, he didn't even slip. Like, he tried to tackle to recover it, but he basically what he was doing was looking ahead of the play, trying to see the next pass. But obviously, you're not in the French league, you can't do that. But I mean, it's such a big error that everyone forgets that. Apart from that, I think he's going to be a very, very good part of the defense in terms of his passing. His passing is very progressive. He's very good on the ball and whatnot. However, we're yet to see anyway, but definitely the error overshadows anything else that he does. So, yeah.
It's just it's a nightmare debut. That's all it is. That's all it was.
Yeah, obviously, coming back to, obviously, you're Brazilian, obviously had a good debut, and it's not for everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Two Brazilians.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot about the one. But what are your thoughts on Lampard in it? And then we'll move on to the other fraud managers in the league. What are your thoughts on Lampard, bro? Do you think he's going to be struggling? Honestly, I've got him to get sacked first, haven't I? But what do you reckon?
If he doesn't get No, but it's mate. It's Chelsea, isn't it? He will get sacked if he doesn't get at least top four or make some sort of progress from what he did last season. But obviously, the thing is, right this season he's got the budget, he had the money to go out and spend, and he spent big on good players. But obviously, like he bought Thiago Silva to shore up the defense, but it's just question marks over that, isn't it? Like it's a difficult one for him because he's stressed right now. But I wouldn't write him off, and I won't write Chelsea off. I was a bit too confident for them. Yeah. But I don't really see them being like a challenger for the title. I don't see them like that much better in quality than Arsenal. Obviously, the midfield is so much better, but it's just the way that the team was playing, bro. It's the organization, and that's down to the manager.
Why is Arsenal's quality better than Chelsea's? I will never.
No. All right, maybe not quality, but organization. That's what I meant. Just the way they play cohesive as a team. Yeah. Obviously, they got ballers in that team. I'm not gonna try, say anything like that, but it's just the way that they were playing as a team. So you could say you need to have the chemistry, a bit of time, all that stuff to gel. But that's why I don't want to give an opinion when I can clearly like contradict myself next week after another game. So I'm just gonna give a bit of time. But he's stressed right now. That's all I can say.
Okay, so basically you sat on the fence and it's all good, isn't it?
I have to sit on the fence, mate. I have to. But when it comes to Tottenham, I won't sit on the fence for that, bro. Don't worry.
But yeah, we'll come to Tottenham. But no, real talk regarding Chelsea. Look, I just think he's got the formation wrong. Personally, he needs to go 4-2-3-1. Of course, the players aren't fit currently, but when Ziyech and Pulisic come back, you're going to see a completely different team. I think Chelsea will be fine.
Pulisic.
Pulisic was tearing up last season. I think people forgot he was not there. And like you said, too many different signings, too many different players. Chilwell Alonso is one of the shittest fullbacks I've ever seen. Top club. He's fucking slower than me, and Akish, you can vouch for how slow I am. I'm slower than Mertesacker on FIFA. That's how slow I am. And Alonso's making me look like fucking.
He's like that cat with that cat meme with the free kick where he admires what he does.
Oh my god, so bad. Alonso's so bad. As soon as they get Alonso out of that team, that defense is automatically improved in it. So, well, let's just see what happens.
Get Victor Moses back on.
He was a genius.
Even actually Young will do a better job than Alonso, but he's still not pace, But listen, let's move on to the other team in London. Of course, we've not spoken much about Man United because, of course, we don't need to in it. We outplayed Brighton and it's all good. Yes.
Man, you got to let off it.
Don't worry. We've got 16 minutes. I'll try to fit it in. Listen, we've got to come to Spurs because fuck me, Jose Mourinho. I was waiting for man to die in the press conference, but he didn't. I was a bit disappointed. We'll start with you first, bro. I'm going to be honest, I thought Newcastle thoroughly deserved that draw. It was a penalty for me as well. I've been off passing to you, bro.
Mate, I wish I could say that. Honestly, I wish I could say that. End of the day. No. I have to be realistic in it, man. So obviously, Tottenham first half, you should have seen the game away. That you should have won that game. But obviously, there's too many chances. Harry Kane, what's happened to him, bro?
That was a free header as well. What the fuck was that,
mate, it's just you know what? Sometimes when you get like strikers, when they take a shot and you see their face reaction, you could tell they're not going to score, no matter how close they are. He just had that face, bro. He didn't know what was going on, bro. I feel sorry for him, man. But yeah, mate.
Huh? Oh my God. He's sent into a cam with assists. He's gonna go competing with De Bruyne now, isn't
he? He's going for
Might as well.
5 assists. You know what I mean? 5 assists.
He's going for Thierry's record, bro. Don't worry, mate. It's coming great.
At this rate, he'll beat Thierry's record in 5 games.
Oh wow. Mate. Listen. All I would say about that game is, I feel sorry for you guys, but I'm glad it happened to you. That's all it is. Sorry, bro. What's this, man? Keep it PG.
Should I tell you why it's more funny now? Because I watched all, obviously we've all watched the Spurs documentary, and I can just imagine the dressing room after the game, especially Dyer. How is that a penalty? You can just imagine it. I can imagine him sat there with that face on, and he's looked like he's about to cry. And he's just fucking throwing his shin pads about shouting, how is that a penalty?
I've got a feeling that even though Ali wasn't playing, Mourinho will still find some sort of reason to blame him. Ali will be waiting in the changing room. Mourinho will be kicking off at him.
Ali, you're not a bastard. But Daniel, what were your thoughts, bro? It was almost a giant kill from Spurs to get the 3 points, but Newcastle got the draw in the end.
No, I think Spurs definitely unlucky, like everyone has said already. Yeah. I think there's only so much you can do. Like there's no coaching lapses. At the end of the day, what it came down to is the players not finishing their dinner. Like they totally dominated that game. I even got bored of the game. That's how many chances Tottenham were having. Like it was just too much. And then obviously I come back into the game and then I see the header. And what's funny enough, just before that,
yeah, there was one before.
And they didn't give that. And I was thinking, all right, cool, lucky break, because I've seen the Tottenham Southampton
flipping
game.
Lindelof one. Fuck my life.
Exactly.
Same
So,
shit.
but then when I see
we should talk about this.
Yeah, all in all, the handball rule just has to change, man. It's not great. I don't know if you heard Graham. Keith, you probably heard Graham Souness. He was saying that's the rule. You need to get on with it. But
it's like, yeah, but then you're gonna concede 300 penalties a season.
Exactly.
Bruno is looking for golden boot. That's how much pens we get this season, boy. We got what? we got 20 last season without the handball rule.
Bruno could be the top goal scorer in the league.
I'm telling you, you don't miss pens. You don't miss them. Yeah. I'm telling you, boy. You get them on your fantasy team. We are getting about 1 pen easy a game. Easy.
Yeah,
it's mad.
It's actually true as well, man.
It's an absolute. The rule itself is an absolute joke, innit? Regarding the performance, obviously Spurs were brilliant. This is the point I made to Kish, right? And I'll pass it to you guys before I come to Kish. I personally thought, because I hadn't watched the first half, but I've seen the highlights, and obviously they were completely rampant the first half compared to the second half, because obviously Son went off injured.
That's peak.
This seemed like it was a complete night and day, but there was a massive drop off in the second half for me personally. Obviously that can be too many factors, but Ahmed, what do you reckon regarding Son? How much of a miss is that for them? Because him and Kane at the moment kind of be carrying them to an extent.
Yeah, because like every Tottenham fan right now is excited to see Son, Kane, and then obviously Bale. So if one of them gets injured, there'll still be a bit of cover. But already they're looking at just relying on Kane, and he's injury prone as it is. So it's not looking good for Tottenham, man. Like literally. And good luck, guys. You need it.
I'll bring Kish in because obviously I already messaged you guys privately regarding this matter. And I'm just going to say it now. Kish thinks Spurs can get top 4 on the back of this performance. So Kish, do you want to elaborate for the other two guys and let them have their say on
to be honest, I think, and I'm not even exaggerating, that first half was probably the best half we've had under Mourinho so far. It was kind of like it wasn't like a Mourinho type of setup as well in terms of the way we played with fluidity, attacking spirit. I think the only thing that was missing, like the boys have mentioned, it's the finishing, which is quite surprising to be honest, because I think a couple of them you could maybe say, Son hit the post twice in the first half. On another day that will go on the underside of the post, 3-0. Game over. Do you know what I mean? Kane, he headed it straight to the goalkeeper, and another day on the corner. We should have finished the game off after the first half. I can't argue with that. Second half, we did drop off, but you've also got to give Newcastle credit.
But why do you think based off that? Because before I had chatted to you before this game, and you didn't think you wasn't sure.
I think we are. Although we conceded a ridiculous penalty at the end, I think he's starting to add a bit more to the defensive side of the team. We don't seem as open as we did under Pochettino in his last season. It seems like it's taken him a bit of time to put his own philosophy in there, and he seems to have a good mix of defense and attack. And with bringing Bale in there and Reguilon as well, which you can't forget about, it's only going to improve both sides of the pitch. And if we do get Skriniar, which it does kind of look like we probably will, and another striker, which again he's already mentioned that we will get one before the end of the transfer window.
I'm hearing that you're going to get Milik, from one of my sources that works in journalism, like one of them verified people. I'm hearing that you might get Milik.
Yes, if we get Milik and Skriniar, then as a squad, we then cannot complain because all over the pitch we will then have depth, which is something that we've not had for probably 2 years now at the club. And I think as well having Skriniar in there, it would be a replacement for Dyer at the back, because I think although it was unfortunate, Dyer at defence, you could see the game that he played the week before where it was just a long over the top ball for Danny Ings. He didn't even bother defending it, to be honest. He just started staring at the ball over his head. And I think that will improve us a lot more. But yeah, I would definitely say we're confident based on our actual squad if we get Skriniar and the strikers that we're linked with. I think any of the three, would make a difference for us just to have a bit of depth. So yeah, and I know you say about Son being injured, but I think this is an opportunity for someone like Bergwijn, who we bought in January, made an instant impact. Scored a banger against City, if you remember when we were in Italy, and he scored a couple of goals. And I think this gives him an opportunity to show the manager that I deserve to be in the starting lineup as well. So I'm not too disheartened, even though he's probably our best player at the moment, Son. It's not to say that Bergwijn can't, for a couple of games, make an impact for us.
Yeah, no, obviously it's a good point regarding the squad depth. If you do get those two players, I don't think many of us will disagree with squad depth. I just don't know in terms of your consistency. Obviously top 4 finish is all about consistency. Daniel, what do you reckon? Do you think Spurs are good enough off the bat of what you've seen so far? For me, personally, it's too early to say. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, way too early to say. And I think at the end, what you have to remember as well is that a lot of teams are still trying to find out about themselves, and absolutely. Spurs haven't got maximum points from all their games. So, I mean, yeah, you're seeing good performances, but I still have worries about Doherty in a full season playing right back. I still think you're not going to have the luxury of being able to send both your fullbacks bombing forward. You're not facing Newcastle every week. Do you get what I'm saying? So I still think I put Tottenham to finish 5th. I said it will be tight. I think the Mourinho factor will help, and they will definitely be challenged. However, I still think United and Chelsea are better teams, and they're still picking up points in uncertain periods. And that's what I think will take them over the edge, just in the long run, in terms of what squad out of the United, Chelsea, and Tottenham, who I think will be challenging for the top 4 position, top 3-4 positions. What squad do I think can go on a 10-game unbeaten run? And I just think United and Chelsea.
This is where I think Skriniar holds a key for us, because defensively, I get it. We are easy to get at the moment, as most defenses in the league, apart from maybe Liverpool is. So I think he does hold the key for us, because I think the way he wants to set up is. He's not a right back. I agree with you. Doherty's not a right back. He's a wing back. So Skriniar holds the key whether these plans will come into place or not, in my opinion, because he does need that. I think I agree with you in terms of Chelsea and United, in terms of, Solskjaer got a result, which, let's be honest, it was daylight robbery. Chelsea got a draw. Chelsea got a draw from 3-0 down, regardless of who the team is. That's still impressive. 45 minutes, and in the end, could have even maybe nicked it. So fair enough. But I think this is why we paid Mourinho the money. If you base it on experience, Solskjaer is still inexperienced. Lampard is inexperienced. So this is why you pay Mourinho the money. The pressure is on him now, because we've given him money that Pochettino never got. Let's be fair. And he's kind of put his neck on the line here, Levy, to say, I'm taking a risk here. So it will be interesting to see if Mourinho still got it. I think this is Mourinho's last opportunity, managing a decent club, at a higher level, to see if he can still do it. Because on paper, he technically should now. He's got all the tools.
Yeah, I mean, let's bring you in, because look, the lads have spoken, and you're quite clearly they've not even regarded Arsenal as a top 4 contender. I know you noticed that. Daniel spoke about Man United, Spurs, and Chelsea, as did Kish already, to be fair, for 4th and 3rd. I know you put Arsenal in 4th place. What are your thoughts? Keishan's confident that Arsenal are not even going to be close to them this season, in terms of they'll be 4th, you'll probably be like 6th or something. What are your thoughts, bro, on that?
All right, just a quick history lesson. Just remember, Tottenham is like gravity. When they go up, they have to come down. It's the laws of physics. So
Nottingham Forest.
Wait, Kish, I got one question for you. Do you want top 4 or do you want a trophy this season?
I want both.
No. Let's say you have to choose between one or the other. I know we all would, but let's say you have to choose between one. Like, you have to choose between, obviously, top 4 or getting a trophy. Which one would you want? And that's including like Europa League, even Europa League. Sorry?
That gets us both.
Sorry?
Europa League, because then that gets us both.
Exactly. And obviously Mourinho is like a cup competition manager. So obviously, I generally don't think he'll have a bad season, and he won't be chasing the top 4. He'll try to try to get a trophy this season. And then next season, that's why I stand. Sorry.
That's why it all depends on the Europa League, and to see where we're at. I do agree with you to that extent. Man U did that under Mourinho as well, when they were they were in the semis or the quarters of the Europa League, he kind of dropped off in the league.
Also,
I agree with you to that extent. Yeah.
And also, if you look at your major honors, you've not really won anything in the 21st century. So he's gonna want that record and brag it. You know him. So obviously, I don't think. What?
Why are you forgetting the Audi Cup, man? It's a big trophy, isn't
it? even the FA Cup, bro. Even the FA Cup. But anyways, bro. What? It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. But no, honestly, it's only because of Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea, like I said before, is that much better. I was pegging them to be obviously in the title race, just a little bit ahead of us.
It's 3 games, bro. Man City just lost 5-2 to Leicester.
I know, but still.
And we still don't have our. I didn't have faith in Lampard. We don't even have our best player in the team yet.
Lampard's getting sacked, and then Pochettino's going to Chelsea to finish in top 3. I've called it. I'm telling you now.
Right. Yeah, that'll be a game changer. That would be a game changer. That would be a game changer. But no, I'm
signings, yo.
Yeah, and he's a real coach as well, man. He knows how to get.
I'm not gonna lie, that would hurt, if you went to Chelsea after being a top.
You can't talk about Josie.
That would hurt. No, but allow Jose. This would kill, man. This is Pochettino. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they see the truth. Chelsea and United aren't fighting for top 4. They're fighting for the race for Pochettino.
Bro. I'm telling you, that should have been the title of the video. Obviously, Man United with last minute fucking last minute. I don't even know what the fuck was going on. As soon as they scored, I'm just gonna, in case you know what I'm gonna say, I do a watching up for each game, right? They scored, right? Let me just set the scene for you. So it's like, obviously it's 2-1. I'm there, my hands in my head and shit. I'm like, fucking, please just hold on. My man's back stick. Fucking somebody mark him. And he gets in and scores. No one's commented on the watch.
You know what? I have a nightmare.
Whoa, 1 second. I've let you speak for ages. No one's commented for ages on the watch along. It's just me and my brother talking on the watch along, yeah? Fucking Keisha pops up saying Sonny Martin celebrating the conversation, fully going sick on me, saying Man United this, Man United that. And I'm like, oh my phone is blowing up, man. There, man, driver fans are texting me. I thought, for fuck's sake, we've took the centre. I wasn't even watching the screen because I'm looking at my fucking notifications. I'm thinking these mans are gonna kill me. We've not got fucking winning 2 games. And then somehow we got the most random penalty. And then Bruno scored. And then Ambrose messages are deleted on WhatsApp. Not one message is still fucking there. All I see is deleted message. You motherfuckers, roll us out. We've got 1 penalty a game in us. And we didn't have it. We didn't lose our token. But listen, we were white. There's
rumours that if you bet on United getting a penalty at the bookies, it's even on. That's not like it.
It was a pen, though. It was a pen. It's a pen, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's complete bullshit that we've got anything out of that game, let alone a win. Man's hit the ball 5 times. Trossard hit the ball 3 times himself. Man could have took the match home.
Like that. I mean, at the end of the day, but that's what I'm saying. Like teams like United and Chelsea, I believe, have that type of luck in that. There's games we should not be winning. West Brom, I don't even care if they are the worst team in the league. However, you're in the Premier League at the end of the day. They should have held on for that win. I honestly was going to turn off that game because I thought it was done. I thought it was all over. Bro. Game done. But somehow that turned.
That's a good comeback, to be fair to you.
Yeah. But no, it's inexcusable, man. I hate hearing. I hate hearing that.
I'm trying to keep but I don't know why you fucking wank. You shit. You should be 3-0 down to West Brom. What is going on? 20 minutes. Man. Real talk, man. And I mean, just to finish off, because I know the Arsenal game start.
Kick off,
you got lucky against West Ham last week. You weren't here to pay for your sins. And
I'm saying, let me say one thing.
Go on to finish.
Yeah, listen. What Arteta said, cheered me up. He said, they went back into that second half knowing they're gonna win, and they got the 3 points. So you know what? Say what you want. Say what you want. Say what you want. Say what you want.
I'm not denying that we didn't deserve a draw out that game. But the audacity for Arsenal fans to say Man United were lucky when West Ham fucking hammered you as well. Not to the extent that we got hammered. I'm not denying that. But you got hammered as well. And then you guys are coming out as a positive when United fans are like, fuck me, we are shit. And Arsenal
listen.
Like, but we won ugly. Look at Arteta doing it again. It was luck, bro. It was nothing to do with Arteta. It was fucking luck, shit defending.
It was not luck, mate. It was not luck, mate. Wait, all right, at that second. that second goal, the way that Nketiah, the way Nketiah took Tin to stay onside, that on very tight, bro. And that little pass from Saka, bro. No, when you play that, with VAR, bro, it's so easy to be a toenail offside, bro.
If Nketiah was offside then, and I'm the manager, I'm docking his fucking week's wage. That's how embarrassing that would have been. He knows what's gonna happen.
Chill out, man. That was a beautiful goal. That was a beautiful
By the
goal.
way, his celebration is the worst celebration ever. Why does
he think he's a big man for?
Why does he think he's like Henry-esque?
Bro, it's a millennials, isn't it? The new generation.
My guy's trying to act like he's Mbappe quality in that.
Listen, I'm gonna wrap you up because Arsenal. I don't even know who to support for this game. Fuck knows, man. Anyways, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Enjoy Arsenal v Liverpool. We'll be back. I don't know. Should we do a deadline special next week? I don't know. We'll see if Man United should sign in, man. Apart from that, it's been your host, Usmaan. Thank you very much, boys. As always, the socials are down below. Peace.
Peace out.
Yes.